Current affairs, the 19th of March 2020. S&P lowers India's growth forecast to 5.2% for 2020. S&P Global Ratings lowered India's economic growth forecast to 5.2% for 2020, saying the global economy is entering a recession amid the coronavirus pandemic. The agency had earlier projected a growth rate of 5.7% during the 2020. Bihar government declares COVID-19 an epidemic. The Bihar government declared the novel coronavirus COVID-19 an epidemic disease, and issued the Bihar Epidemic Diseases, COVID-19 Regulation, 2020. By doing so, Bihar joined Delhi, Haryana, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Uttar Pradesh in declaring COVID-19 as epidemic. Battle-grade LCA makes first flight in Bengaluru. The first light combat aircraft, LCA, in the FOC, or a level fit for battle flew for the first time. The 40-minute sortie took off at the HAL airport, and was flown by Chief Test Pilot, Fixed Wing, Air Commander K.A. Muthana, retired. Tamil Nadu launches a web portal as a one-stop center for all queries on the COVID-19. The Tamil Nadu Health Department has launched a web portal StopCoronaTN.in as a one-stop center for all queries on coronavirus disease, COVID-19. Now, people with travel history and symptoms of COVID-19 can self-report on the portal, following which the 24/7 control room will get in touch with them. More than 20,000 crore rupees of loans sanctioned under Stand Up India scheme. 20,466.94 crore rupees of loans have been sanctioned under Stand Up India scheme to over 91,000 accounts up to the 10th of March 2020 since inception of the scheme. This was stated by Shri Anurag Singh Thakur, Minister of State for Finance and Corporate Affairs in Rajya Sabha. 1.59 lakh sub-service areas covered with at least one bank branch under Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Under Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana (PMJDY), all villages were mapped by banks into 1.59 lakh sub-service areas, SSAs, with one SSA catering to 1,000 to 1,500 households. This was stated by Anurag Singh Thakur, Minister of State for Finance and Corporate Affairs, in Rajya Sabha. 12,447 crore rupees per annum savings to public after implementation of DPCO, 2013, Sadananda Gowda. The Minister for Chemicals and Fertilizers, DV. Sadananda Gowda informed the Lok Sabha in written replies that fixation of prices has resulted in a total saving of 12,447 crore rupees per annum to the public after implementation of the Drug Price Control Order, DPCO, 2013. Microsoft India and NASCOM Foundation announce Innovate for Accessible India campaign to empower PWDs. Microsoft India and NASCOM Foundation announced the launch of the Innovate for Accessible India campaign. Innovate for Accessible India is a nationwide innovation challenge aimed at empowering people with disabilities with the technology and tools required for better integration into society and access to equal opportunities. Cumulative renewable energy capacity of 132.15 gigawatt installed in the country, R.K. Singh. As part of intended nationally determined contributions as per the Paris Accord on Climate Change, India has undertaken to install at least 40% of its total electricity generation capacity from non-fossil fuel sources by 2030. As on the 29th of February 2020, a cumulative renewable energy capacity of 132.15 gigawatt had been installed in the country. Power generation from conventional sources registered annual growth of 5.45%, R.K. Singh. The total power generation from conventional fuel sources including hydro and renewable energy sources has registered a compound annual growth rate of 5.45% from 1.17 billion units in 2015-16 to 1.38 billion units in 2018-19. Ministry of Culture establishes CIHCS to promote Buddhist studies, art and culture in India. Ministry of Culture has established Central Institute of Himalayan Culture Studies, CIHCS, to provide education in Buddhist philosophies, culture and art and to promote research in different aspects of Buddhism, preserve ancient Buddhist manuscripts, digitize ancient Buddhist texts preserved in the languages of Pali, Sanskrit, Tibetan, Chinese, Japanese and other Asian languages through the system of a modern university. CSIR announces Innovation Awards for School Children. Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR, has announced Innovation Awards for School Children, CIASC, to support their scientific temperament and to encourage innovative spirit among them. Students may send their original creative technological and design ideas in the form of proposal for the competition. Students of up to Class 12 and below 18 years of age are eligible to apply. GMR Hyderabad International Airport goes single-use plastic-free. GMR Hyderabad International Airport has declared itself as a single-use plastic, SUP, free airport, and zero tolerance on use of such material has been imposed across the airport. The airport had been steadily phasing out the use of non-recyclable plastic over the past few years. INST develops starch-based materials to stop rapid blood loss during accidents. Scientists from the Institute of Nanoscience and Technology, INST, an autonomous institute under the Department of Science and Technology, have developed a starch-based, hemostat material that concentrates the natural clotting factors in blood by physically absorbing excess fluid. Kerala launches Break the Chains mass campaign. To contain the spread of COVID-19 across the state, the Kerala government has launched a mass hand-washing campaign named Break the Chains. The campaign aims to educate people about the importance of public and personal hygiene. Bangladesh celebrates Founding Fathers' birth centenary. Bangladesh on the 17th of March honored the 100th birth anniversary of the country's founding father, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, barring any public gatherings for the event is due to the global COVID-19 pandemic. Salesforce hires former SBI chairperson Arundhati Bhattacharya as India's CEO. U.S. cloud-based service provider Salesforce.com Inc. has hired Arundhati Bhattacharya, one of India's best-known former bankers, as its India Chief Executive Officer, a source with direct knowledge of the matter told Reuters. HSBC appoints Noel Quinn as permanent CEO. HSBC appointed Noel Quinn as Chief Executive Officer, handing the insider and interim boss the reins of Europe's biggest bank. Quinn, who joined HSBC in 1987, took interim charge of HSBC last August after the shock ousting of John Flint and has been auditioning for the permanent job. Sports sponsorship crosses 9,000 rupees crore mark in 2019. Overall sports sponsorship in India grew 17% in 2019 to cross 9,000 crore rupees mark as per the 7th edition of Sporting Nation in the Making, an annual report by ESP Properties, the entertainment and sports division of Group M India. Both IPL and the ICC World Cup gave a push to on-ground sponsorship and media spends.